So today we're going to talk about something very important. It's in the NAM principles for healing. And what we're going to talk about is healing is a commitment to a process. So healing, getting better in any way, shape, or form, learning a skill, whatever it is. It is not about the one thing you do. It is about healing is about a commitment to a process. This is very, very central to why people fail in recovery, why things don't work for people. It's when we think any one intervention, any one thing will make us better. It's this new medication, that'll make us better. It is this new therapy thing. EMDR, I've heard so much about EMDR. That's gonna cure me and make me better. It's this new professional in my life. They're gonna make me better. The new family doctor, this new car, a new fancy massage chair at home, that's gonna fix it. All of those things may help, but not one of them is gonna fix it. It's always a journey, and a journey, if you're at point A, right, you want to climb a mountain, you want to get to B. At the end of the day, there's no way to go from here to here without a journey. You might take a break sometimes, you might go back, find a different way. You might have a setback, you have to go back. But a journey is always one step at a time. Success of a journey will always depend on, are you willing to take the step? Trust that maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't, but at least you took a step towards where you thought you should go, and if it didn't work out, will you take another step? Are you committed to going up the mountain? Are you committed to going up the mountain? Because if you're not, you'll find every reason to climb back down. And then you end up in point C, which is suffering. When you want to heal, this is the mountain of recovery you have to climb. You have to go up the mountain. There's no shortcut up the mountain to discovering yourself, and that is a mountain. If you spent 30 years not knowing yourself, 50 years not knowing yourself, disconnected from yourself, fragmented from yourself, recovery, this is a mountain. It's a mountain of reclaiming your identity. That's the mountain. So, a lot of people, they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm willing to come to NAM, try it out. It's not going to work. That's not going to work with the therapist. That's not going to work with anyone. The question should be, am I committed to a process? What if my therapist has a bad day? What if my therapist runs late? What if I meet someone there who's triggering? What if my ex goes there too? And we have a thing. Am I committed to going through all the barriers? It's hard climbing up Everest. There was a thing on the news about, I think it was a Japanese climber or something, trained his whole life, dreamed of going up Mount Everest. He was going up, and then he saw a fellow climber who was dying in the death zone. It's in the news recently. And the Sherpa, that's like because people don't climb Everest generally by themselves, they have these Sherpas with them who can, get the job done. Locals who are skilled at climbing that mountain. And then the Sherpa was like, we can't leave that man. The decision was either you keep going up the mountain or you save that guy's life. So they decided to save the guy's life. They climbed back down the mountain. That's a sacrifice. But because of that sacrifice, who knows? Maybe if they had kept going up that mountain, maybe they would have ended up dead like that guy. So yeah, this Japanese person spent all this time and energy and money getting there, didn't get to Everest, but maybe something good happened. Journeys are unpredictable like that. But if you're not committed to going up the mountain, you will find every reason to end up back in suffering. Honest to goodness, at Naum, I prefer people who've given it a go, who've tried and not worked, because then those people at least understand the nature of it, which is it's always messy. At some point in someone's therapy, at some point they're always not like me. That's always true. If you always love your therapist, there's a problem. The journey challenges us. The mountain doesn't easily want to be climbed. No mountain lends itself, hey, climb me. It makes your muscles burn. It gives you the injury. It gives you problems. Cliffs, weather changes, right? That's a mountain. Self-discovery, I'll say this again. Here's a question for you. Do you sleepwalk up a mountain? Could you be asleep and make it up to the top? No. Unless you're like that, like someone who's passed out, and then you have a Sherpa who drags you up, and I don't know if that happens, but it was a Simpsons episode where that happened, which is funny. But people know. If they've discovered themselves, they've gone on a journey, they know. Anybody who's gone on a journey to discover themselves know how hard that is, what that is. So sometimes I meet people that are like, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. But have you gone on a journey? Have you been tested? Because that's what journeys do. When you go up a mountain, you get tested. There's times when you want to quit. There's times when you want to stop. And then, do you go through with it? Are you committed to the process? Have you really decided you're going to climb this mountain? Today, tomorrow, 10 years from now, or have you decided that's what you're going to do? That is the single biggest predictor of success in recovery based on all my years of doing this work. The people who live, because not everyone lives, people die all the time. I can't save everybody. The people that make it, they're just willing to take the next step and trust that this journey, this path, because along the path you'll have many teachers, not one. You might have a teacher 1 from here, teacher 2 here. Maybe teacher 3 finds you in a pity party down there, teacher 4. There's not one teacher, it's many. In the course of a journey of healing, you'll have many. So in the principles, we say connect to self, connect to others, and commit to a daily practice. Because that's how you climb a mountain. One step at a time. You connect to yourself, obviously, because that's what you want to do. You learn to do it. connect to your source, right? You connect to other people because you're not going to climb that mountain if you don't know the way. So you connect to people who can show you the way, who can show you new things. Or you help other people because the teacher gets 10 times more than the student. So at some point, to get to the top of the mountain, you got to teach other people. So if you meet some other straggler on a journey, you become their teacher a little bit, give them some pointers, and you learn more. You help go back up. The whole program of AA depends on this. It's messy, but all journeys are messy. And they are independent of any one thing. It's not the neurofeedback, it's not the trauma therapy, it's not, the religion, it's not the therapist, it's many things, and really it's only one thing: a commitment to a process. Do you want to go up that mountain or not? And are you willing to take the next step? Because there will always be a step in front of you. You will never at any point in this journey not have a step in front of you. You may not like that step. You may be like, I'm never doing that. But there will always be a step in front of you. That's a law. It's like a divine law of the universe. You will always have an option. Will you take it? Will you take the opportunity? Will you put down your ego? Step forward. At no point in the journey will your next step not be known to you. When that happens, I don't know what to do, Dr. Gill. It's usually, I know what to do, I don't want to do that. Is there some other option? That's more often what it is, because that really sucks. That's usually what it is. And so, that's what it is to do blocks. At every aspect of the journey, you'll be blocked. There'll be blocking you. Some of those blocks you'll need help with. Other blocks you'll be able to do it on your own. There'll be a cliff. There'll be a wrong direction, a broken bridge. There'll be steps that are broken. There'll be a bear, But if you keep going, where there's a bear, there's also bear spray. There's always going to be an option. That's a universal law. It has to work that way. Don't believe Dr. Gill. I don't ask you to believe me. I ask you test it out. See if it's true. And so this is what the principle of healing is, independent of any intervention. It's about a commitment to a process of healing. And if you want to get the best of any teacher, you're going to have to forgive them for being human. Any teacher that you just love what they say, I love this person, that teacher has stopped teaching you anything. If you love everything else any teacher tells you, that's not the teacher for you. That might have been the teacher for you, but if you get to that point, learning requires that we go through discomfort. It's a mountain. It's not like a gentle hill. I don't have anything against gentle hills, but a mountain's a mountain. Everest is Everest. And for most people, recovery journey is like climbing Mount Everest. It's like that. It's life and death. And the people who make it are the ones who understand that this is life and death. I'm willing to put all I have. And if I'm willing to put all I have in front of me, you will get exactly what you need to get the job done. And I encourage you to test that. So that's all I have to say. This is a shorter Nam Academy, so we'll leave it at that for today. Thank you.